Hello everybody. Listen, I just want to give you a quick word and some quick information about homework, issues on the homework hopefully before you look at the test. Couple of things. First off, on number 4 on the homework, people were getting this formula right. You were evaluating the geometric series, that is, you were getting the sum of this using that formula there. And people were using they had the right structure of the formula here, but there were for some people some mechanical issues. Okay, and that is that when you're doing this exponent here, what people apparently were doing in some cases were just canceling out those two negatives, but it don't work that way, right? Because we have to do this exponent here before we can do the subtraction. So what we've got to do is okay, on Mr. Calculator here, we've got to do this negative 4 to the 6th power first. So parentheses, the way I do that, make sure you use a parentheses here, negative 4, right? Close parentheses, then exponent 6, right? If you don't put the negative inside like that, it does 4 to the 6th power, which is 4096, and then makes it negative, which is the opposite of what it should be. Okay, see, we wanted to multiply negative 4 6 times, which is going to come out to be positive, right? Okay, good. Okay, so then, so here, so now it's, we'll put it down here, negative 4, 1 minus 4096 over, and then there's no exponent here, so we could just do minus negative. Now be careful here. Right? 1 minus 4096 is negative 4095 times negative 4 on the outside. So we do this and we get 16,380, which you divide by 5 and you get that. Okay? Now be careful. Some of you are getting decimal answers on this. But you can see here that shouldn't be, because we're adding up integers, and there's no way that those numbers, those integers, can add up to some kind of a decimal. Okay, so that should have been like a little hint that there was something wrong. So be careful about the order of operations on that. Now the other one was this, number 10. Some people were calling this convergent because they were saying I had the rule R has got to, if it's less than 1, it's divergent, but it's not exactly the rule. It's the absolute value of R less than 1. It's convergent, right? So if you take negative 2, right? Absolute value is 2. 2 is not less than 1, right? It's not. So this is a divergent series. Okay? And you can see that the numbers, even though they're flip-flopping, if it just keeps going, they're going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And remember, divergent means that it keeps zeroing in on one single certain number, one single certain value. It gets closer and closer and closer to that. So remember, the rule for for convergent infinite geometric series is the absolute value is less than 1. So if the R is negative, just toss the negative sign, and that has to be less than 1. So for example, negative 1/2, if that was the R value, absolute value is equal to 1/2. So 1/2 less than 1, yes, that's true. So a series with an R of negative 1/2, that would be convergent. Okay? All right, so that's it. All right, so I put some extra time onto your test, so that to give you, so that it's not such a strain to get it done if you've got other stuff and other people using your computer at home, and to give you a little bit of extra time to watch this video. Okay, see you later. Bye.